Yeah. So the exact words were, "We're pregnant again," and I was like, "Oh man."
Can you reach that for me, please?
This one?
Do you read this? Lunar New Year, Year of the Dragon. What does my mother love?
You're everywhere.
And they had really good with like steak
Uh-huh.
medallions and potatoes.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see me or even see that behind me, but they're building they got a new building going up. And it's a restaurant that we really liked in Atlanta, in Buckhead. And then they closed it right before COVID. I think they closed it. And I think it was because they were unable to reach an amicable and agreeable price with the landlord for the rent. So at the same time, another restaurant closed down in Atlanta too. And it was all over rent pricing. And so fortunately, it's coming here. So that's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait, looking forward to it. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I hate it when you're trying to remember something and you can't. So now I've got my super sleuth over here trying to Google and figure out what was the name of that restaurant. In this process, we realized how many other restaurants in Atlanta shut down.
Oh yeah.
For instance, Houston's, for specific reasons. Buckhead Diner, Buckhead Saloon, and a favorite, ESPN Zone.
Oh yeah, man. Great ribs.
She thinks that it's the name of some guy. But
It's got a guy's name in it.
if it is, and it's not Longhorn, by the way, but if it is, then the story she's telling me about this is what I would describe as business gentrification. And they wanted to get him out. They wanted to kick him out of Buckhead so that they could have that property and build something bigger and better.
You're going to the other side.
Hello guys, how are we doing today? How are you? Good. My name is Charlotte.
I didn't know Tavern at Phipps was there for 28 years. I think I found it. I think it was Dante's Down the Hatch. Dante's
you're right.
Down the
That's
Hatch.
it. That's the
But
Oyster Bar place,
it
right?
closed in 2013. But I think the reason why it stood out is because the owner, Dante Stevenson, died in 2020. That's why it made the news, or at least around COVID time.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Huh. Oh, no. We should do what?
I think we should watch
Watch
What?
what, Buzz? You have got to speak up, child. Pretty sure she said cloudy.
Can we watch a good movie?
What sucks? Didn't you say that?
Don't waste your time with John Wick 4.
I'm not gonna waste time driving. No, the first three are really good.
Yeah.
That last one, not so much.
Alright.
You need anything with that? Can we get honey mustard? Do you mind?
Honey mustard?
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's gotten really cold out here. Like, compared to just the other night. You said it's 49 degrees?
I thought it was 49 degrees in the car, but it feels way colder.
Oh, the car doesn't know what it's talking about. All right. So we got a life update here. And we're actually going to be watching Karen, Nate.
I don't know why YouTube spelled it like that.
And you had an opinion.
I did. I said that their newest video, Life Update 2024, they picked a thumbnail purposefully where it looks bad in hopes of getting more views from their thumbnails have been happy, but I think they have felt like the algorithm.
They had a rough year.
I didn't think they had a rough year.
I think they got hosed.
I mean, they had a rough year when it came to views and stuff, but besides that, they had a good year.
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
But so
But
I think that
from Nate's point of view, like I feel like he's like racking his head.
Yeah.
His brain is like.
Yeah, so he's trying to do what he thinks is going to work, and I think he believes that that sad face is what the algorithm has been pushing lately. It's people that are in bad relationships, lost their job, low money, whatever else, and sad. And so he's trying it, see what happens. I will say, at 6 hours in, it had 260,000 views. Now at 11 hours, it has 360. So it's not really.
It's not moving.
It's not really moving.
It's not moving, but perhaps maybe it's part of the story. Maybe it's the title and thumbnail. We will find out because we haven't watched it yet. But I was actually talking about how you had an opinion about Kara earlier.
Well, I did, but based off of the last videos that I saw of them over Christmas, I was wrong. I thought maybe she was pregnant, but they drank a lot of wine at these different Christmas booths in different countries. So, although it was made of red wine, and they say you can drink red wine while you're pregnant.
All right, press play.
Okay.
Get out of my way, Max.
Look, Max was like, oh.
Now, this wasn't necessarily planned because I didn't know we were going to watch that video. But we watched the video.
Yes.
And we're not going to give away any spoilers because other people may not have watched the video.
Yes.
And the video was Kara and Nate. What was it called?
Life in 2024 or something along those lines. What's coming up in 2024, basically?
No, I want to be specific.
You want to be Pacific? Why not Atlantic?
I want to be Pacific because they were, or he was. Nate is the extremely critical, analytical.
Yeah.
And it was Life Update 2024.
What's next?
What's next?
You guys say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see my extremely dirty screen. Mm-hmm. So, Life Update 2024, what's next? I guess the thumbnail kind of makes sense now, but it definitely didn't really go with how the video started.
Yeah.
And I was a little confused getting started.
That was actually a lesson, in my opinion, for you and I. If we can watch a video and have that thought process, what do our viewers think when they watch our videos? Which makes me go,
well,
I need to make
there was
sure.
a lot learned because they even shared what they learned from making shorts, which, again, shorts
them.
are quite possibly the worst thing that YouTube's ever done.
I will never do them. Well, I mean, I've done like 4 and that's it.
They did something that we did numerous times, which is recorded videos. Very, very opinionated and heated videos, and didn't post them.
Yeah.
Or felt different after.
Yeah.
Like they got it out.
They got it out of their system, which sometimes is necessary to breathe or to refocus or whatever.
Now, when I started recording this video earlier, is actually talking about pregnancy, and ironically, you thought Kara was going to be pregnant, and she's not.
She's not. Spoiler.
No spoiler. Everybody knew that.
Yeah. Well,
But I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But they are unique in the fact that they're able, I'm not doing it, they're able to do what they do, which granted, they are extremely grateful to everyone and YouTube and their audience and everybody and subscribers and sponsors and team and all these different people. They're grateful that they are afforded this ability to have this lifestyle, but with a child that would, or pregnant would be difficult to do. And also they did spend time with Sailing Vagabond. And, you know, it's a
have
family.
2 kids on a boat.
On a boat,
In the ocean.
catamaran.
Yeah.
But
Very young children.
also, based on what they shared, there's no pregnancy in the near future. And
No.
their second least watched video with Nate's grandfather there was some interesting conversation there with his grandfather.
There was. So what's interesting is if you guys watch Karen Nate, then you'll understand, and if you don't, then you're probably like, why am I even watching this video? I don't even watch Karen Nate. But the video that Nate made with his grandfather is honestly my favorite video out of every single thing they did in 2000.
I really like the video.
I really like the video.
I really like the video.
I thought it was amazing, but also I think it's because as we get older, we see things a little bit differently too.
He said it got the most comments.
It got the most comments. It was one of the least viewed videos, but it had the most comments out of any video they did in 2023. And I think it's because the other videos may get clicked on because of the title and the thumbnail, but they don't get the same engagement, so they're not going to get the comments. Whereas this one didn't really get the clicks because of the title and thumbnail because it wasn't a super travel thing, but the ones who did go in there, they were fully engaged. I can guarantee that probably had their longest retention.
Well, you know, it's funny because they mentioned retention.
Yeah.
Focusing on the algorithm.
Yeah.
But everything that they do really has no bearing on the performance of the video.
No.
Except for a few specifics. And I think YouTube's bogus. I think their algorithm is which again, it's not YouTube. Let me clarify this. YouTube's never said it. I mean, YouTube makes suggestions to Creator Insights or Creator Insider, and others would like to be opinionated about the algorithm and certain trends and patterns that they see. But we know firsthand that click-through rate doesn't matter, retention doesn't matter, comment engagement doesn't matter, likes or dislikes don't matter.
Subscriber count doesn't matter.
None of it matters.
None of it matters.
None of it matters, but it all depends on why you're making the content and ultimately what you're trying to accomplish from it.
I agree.
And I think that first and foremost, they're trying to accomplish their own personal life goals and provide informative entertainment for their audience.
I agree.
Anything else? Any other big takeaways?
I will say that at one point in their video, I was extremely, extremely disappointed to learn something until it was clarified and I was okay then, because I don't want to give a spoiler, but
spoiler.
It made me question my belief in them for a second until Kara clarified what she was saying. I still think that
there's a percentage. It's funny, Nate used a term called the loud minority, the loudest minority, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And the lack of communication and clarity behind the shorts and this, that, and the other. And I think shorts is a terrible fumble.
Horrible idea.
For YouTube. And but either way, shorts has a purpose. Shorts is a marketing tool. And that's why YouTube limits the links that you can use to only link to related videos on the platform because they know how strong it is. And they also know where it directs people to. OnlyFans. But they want to nip that in the bud. They want to be like TikTok, but they don't want to be like TikTok.
Yeah.
They want to be like Twitter, formerly known as X, but they don't want to be like X, formerly known as Twitter. And, but either way, I do think that there's a percentage of them and their content that they have to be the characters that they are typically.
Yes.
Or at least they feel that way.
Yes.
And although he says Daily Drop, they're more opinionated. But this is how they started. Well, I'll take that back. I think they probably started off a little bit more opinionated, and then as they grew,
they realized
they
had
became
to tone their opinions down because other people, the loud minority, was overly opinionated towards them.
Right.
That's how I feel about that.
Right.
Because I've been in that same boat every once in a while.
But you also, you do have to kind of hold back a little bit with your own personal emotions sometimes because... Especially
if you're a sponsored video or...
Some of the things that they discussed, we don't know about.
Yeah.
So if they bring it on the video, it's something like a shock to us.
Yeah.
And we don't know the full story.
Yeah, that's true.
And even if they provide you with the full story, not everybody's going to pay attention and listen to the full story.
Also true.
So then any of that can be misconstrued. But I've seen it sometimes work out. For instance, the Strad Man, he does really good jobs of airing out dirty laundry, being very strategic about it explanative and having backup proof and B-roll and visuals. But I think that they are going to continue being the smiley Kara and Nate that we are used to seeing. I am going to bet and guess here that this video only being 11 hours old, which I have seen them do in the past, that video
We'll get a new thumbnail.
is going to get a new thumbnail.
That's exactly what I was going to say too.
Life update 2024. What's next?
When they realize that their audience doesn't want to see them sad like that, or that the algorithm doesn't want them that way because that's not their norm, I think they'll change it.
Let me put it to you like this. If this video or this portion of the video actually reaches Kara and Nate, my suggestion to you is that when you change this title and thumbnail, take your own advice from the standpoint of you didn't provide enough upfront advance notice to your viewers about what you planned on doing with shorts. And this video is your upfront advance notice of what you plan to do in 2024. Don't fumble that.
Yeah.
You need to let everybody know that that's what it's going to be. Not life update, future plans, what to expect.
Yeah.
Watch this before you watch any other video. We're going to do this. We're going to block this out. That will probably be very helpful and
Huge
beneficial.
changes coming in 2024. Anything like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
But that's just my thoughts, my opinions. They can do whatever they want.
It works well
And-
most of the time.
And also YouTube's going to do whatever it
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
the
do.
thing. YouTube's going to do YouTube things.
But they also continue to create based on what they want and not based on what they think the algorithm wants. And
How did you clap your hands and something fell?
yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Accessories, they're accoutrements. I don't even know how this fits or how it works.
It's the headband.
If it looks extremely stupid, because headbands and I don't generally look good together. But
Could you see yourself in it?
yes, my head looks really big and round.
I mean, it's a linear, it's a little fisheye.
I know.
It's not your head, it's just the...
The little fish eye.
He's decided he wants to go out. And it's only 49 degrees outside.
44.
Or 44 now.
Yes, it has updated.
Windy. Did you? Oh, you didn't have socks on earlier.
No.
I have. Kids, we're going to walk the dog.
We're gonna try to get away with using this GoPro, but it's not the best in low lighting, and neither is my Samsung. It's almost like I have to upgrade to, I don't even know if I want to call it an upgrade. I have to switch to an iPhone to get good night vision recording.
We'll just stop recording at night.
Or the only other option would be to get a Sony A7S III, which I've been putting off for like 3 years.
That's the camera, right? The Sony?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep walking. I know somebody obviously drips
You know somebody who's got one?
garbage. No, I was saying somebody obviously dripped garbage because this one wanted to like lick the stairs. Do you know somebody who's got one?
No. No, I don't think so. But interestingly enough, I came across a story about, well, maybe it's not too bad out here as far as the lighting goes.
Oh, the lighting's fine.
But I came across this, no, you can't see in the GoPro. I came across a story of the opposite of Kara and Nate. And where do you go? All right, I'm gonna go into the garbage can. So the story, oh, you want me to get it?
Or you can hold the dog and I'll get it.
So the story is a little bit the opposite of Kara and Nate. And ultimately, it was a story of excitement because of pregnancy. We're having a baby, right? You know,
Who's we?
you get the call, I don't know who it is, somebody on the internet. You know these internet people,
Oh, I know.
they just post their stories, right? Maybe it's on TikTok or something like that. But it's like one of those TikToks where you see the person and they're standing there. We'll go this way.
Okay.
And they just have words on the screen, and then they're supposed to use their body language or a song or something to explain the story. I don't really understand them. I'm not that sophisticated. But essentially, it's, you know, nobody. We're having a baby. We're pregnant. And then me, or however it goes. I don't know how it goes. You know what I'm talking about, right? And ultimately, you're supposed to pretend to be excited and happy. But again, like I said, complete opposite of Kara and Nate. You're not flush with cash. You're not owners of a thriving business. You're not financially stable. And essentially, you, as a friend or possible relative, are supposed to be excited for them. But all you can think about is you're not really in a great spot to do that. This isn't the greatest economy to do that. You don't have a great job or whatever that may be. And unrelated, I've seen some stories of folks that are now talking about how they don't want to have children for some of those same very reasons. So then it's like, how do you manage that situation when you know that it's not necessarily in their best interest, but they've already gone through with it? You know, they're going down that road, that path. There's really nothing you can do to stop it. And then what?
I mean, you still have to be happy for them and excited for them. I would never crap on anybody who's about to have a baby.
Absolutely.
However, Max, hey, sit. Sit. Max, wait. Sorry, I get excited when he like looks.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you do? What would you say? What would you do if somebody called you and said, we're having a baby, we're pregnant, and you're like, but you don't even have a job? Let me know down in the comments. See you guys later.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow.